Now we have this problem, and we're going to learn about dividing a figure to find its area, same as the previous problem. Read the problem below, then explore how to calculate the area of a composite figure. Mr. Gonzalez needs to repaint one side of his house. To decide how much paint to buy, he needs to find its area. Find the area of the figure pictured below. So here's the irregular shape, and the way we can find the area of this shape, remember it's a two-dimensional shape, and the way we can find the area of this shape, we can separate the figure into simpler figures and describe those figures. So look, they extended these lines. Okay, so this is, as you can see, the height is 22 feet. Okay, the length over here is 15.2 feet all the way to here. Okay, and what they've done is I'm going to do it right here, is they cut these into shapes. Okay, just like that, and up here from this line. And now we have a triangle, a rectangle, and a rectangle. That's it. Okay, and they show it to you in the figure below. Figure A and B, okay, are right triangles, excuse me. Figures C and D are rectangles, as you can see below. To be able to solve it, we can use formulas to find the areas of the simpler figures. When you have your reference sheet, the formulas are there, and we just gave it to you here. You can find the areas of right triangles using the formula A equals 1/2 times B times H. If you remember, A stands for area, equals 1/2, B stands for base, and H stands for height. You can find the areas of the rectangles using the formula A equals length times width, L times W. Length times width, A obviously is area. So now we're going to connect it all and answer the following questions. What are the dimensions of triangle A? And explain your answer. What is the area of triangle A? And please show your work. What are the dimensions of triangle B? And again, explain your answer. And what is the area of triangle B? Please show your work. What are the areas of rectangles C and D? And again, explain your answer. How can you find the area of the side of the house? Write and solve an equation to find the area of the side of the house, and please show your work. And the last question, explain how to find the area of a composite figure. At this time, please pause this video as see if you can answer these questions on your own. That'll be great. And then after you answer them, once you play the videos, I will reveal these answers and break some stuff down for you step by step. Alright, so now we're going to go back to this. If you remember, we separated the figure into simpler figures and we're going to describe these right now. Alright, the first one. What are the dimensions of triangle A? And explain it. The base is obviously given. Okay, if we go back here, we'll look at triangle A. Okay, the base is given 15.2 feet. Okay, and the height is 22 feet minus 12 feet, which equals 10 feet. As you can see, the base here is given at 15.2 because this is 15.2. Can everybody see that? Great. Now, the height, it's 22 feet minus 12 feet. Notice they use the units. But the whole height of the whole building, okay, or the side of the building, is 22 feet up to its peak. Okay, that's 22. And since we know that this length is 12 feet, what else do we have up here? So we do 22 minus 12, and this has to be 10. Because 10 feet, because 10 plus 12 will give me a total of 22 feet. Now, you will take the formula and plug it in. As you can see, area equals 1/2 times base, which is 15.2, times height, which is 10. And when you do the math, you'd get 76 feet squared. Okay? Let's look at triangles B. What are the dimensions of triangles B? Well, the base will be 24.8 minus 15.2, which gives us 9.6 feet for the base. Let's see why. The whole base, as you can see here, it's 24.8. Okay? And that's where they got the 24.8. And then they subtracted 15.2 because if you look, this is 15.2. Let me do a different color. So basically, what's left? Can everybody see that? The whole base. So then you subtract them and you get 9.6 feet. Same thing for the height. You would do the 22 feet for the height minus 15.2. And you'll get 6.8. So again, the height, as you can see, is 22. Okay. And then you take away the 15.2. Alright. Sorry for the mess up. And what else? What left do you have to make it a total of 22? Okay, so the answer is 6.8 feet. And then obviously you would do the formula again. Area equals 1/2 times base, which is 9.6. We just did it. Times the height, which is 6.8. And when you do out the math, you get 32.64 feet squared. That's the area of triangle B. Now let's answer question 4. What are the areas of rectangles C and D? Well, when you look at C, you can see that the rectangle C is 15.2 feet by 12 feet. So the area of C is 15.2 times 12, because remember the formula is length times width, or base times height. And when you multiply it, you get 182.4 feet squared. Okay, don't forget actually the feet squared because we're dealing with area. Alright, and as you can see, this is 12 feet, and this, remember, it's 15.2 feet, right? 15.2 feet. Okay. Now let's look at the next rectangle. Rectangle D is 15.2 feet long, and then it's 24.8 feet minus 15.2 feet, which is 9.6 feet wide. Let's look at that for a sec. So you have the whole base, which is at 24.8 feet, and why do you subtract 15.2? Well, because this length, as you know, it's 15.2. So basically, let's do a different color here. What's this length right here? So you do 24.8, oops, sorry about that, minus 15.2, and then you would get 9.6. Okay, and then the area of that, you would do the math. 15.2 times 9.6 will give you 145.92 feet squared. Question 5. How can you find the area of the side of the house? Well, you add up all the areas of the simple figures that make it up. Okay, and then they talk about, and the way to set up the equation, you basically, T stands for total, and you add up all the areas, and you get 436.96 feet squared. So if that's what you got, excellent. And then question 6, it's conclusion and to restate what we've done. So explain how to find the area of a composite figure. I mean, simple. Separate the figure into simpler figures. Find the area of the simpler figures, and then add them together.